start. So I'm gonna basically start here. This thing right here always give problem. Hi, Rachel.
Hello, how are you?
I am doing amazing. I am doing amazing. How is your day going?
So far, it's progressing fine.
Yes. Finding joy in the dirt. Uh, Candid conversation with Phoebe, everyone. And we have our guest today, who is Rachael Roberts. Welcome to Candid Conversation, Rachel.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Who are you and where are you from?
Well, I am from the Caribbean and I migrated to America some almost 50 years ago. I am a retired psychiatric registered nurse.
Yeah.
Work up and down um, the District of Columbia, Maryland, and outside of Maryland sometimes.
So you have been in this area for how long?
Quite a while because I raised my children in this area and work in different programs. In the 90s, 80s and 90s, I worked in the drug program and I worked with at nursing homes also with people at nursing homes, plus uh,
A
regular
plethora of different
psychiatry.
jobs. Plethora of different jobs.
Plethora.
Listen, guys, Rachel is like no stranger to this mental health. I met Rachel years ago, probably over 20 years ago, we can say now. It has been a long while. And I met Rachel, and we have been friends from then. I introduced her to my church, and then we would go back and forth at each other's house. We just became friends, like, period. Rachel has a beautiful heart. She's very kind hearted, very loving, very caring, and that speaks for just her entire family, not just her alone, her entire family, her children. They're very beautiful people and with very beautiful hearts. But one thing which stood out with Rachel that I can speak about and speak about her is when she was a nurse, and she took care of the people she served. She was just that kind of person who makes sure that everyone was paid that undivided attention. And so I saw that. I saw that care. I saw that compassion. I saw that she was that kind of person. So with that said, I am on the move. You know how I have stated in 2025 how I wanted us to stay alive in 25, alive and aligned with whatever we're doing. Rachel has been a certified psychiatric nurse for years that I can speak for. She has a bachelor's from Howard University. Hey, you! Where?
I went to Bowie State.
No, she's correcting me. She's correcting me. She worked at Howard University.
Yes.
Yes, she worked at Howard University.
Bowie State University.
She worked at Howard University, but she went to Bowie State University. And yeah, she worked there for years. And she worked at
Hospital
PG.
Center for
Yeah,
years.
a lot of different places. This lady has a lot on her belt, but I know she focused on mental health. She's retired now, and this is the first time she spoke with me on my. I think that was my immigration journey. She did spoke on that. She did an interview with me on that. But today she wants to. I just want to prick her brain a little bit, and ask, based on the climate that we're in as it relates to mental health. We saw that at the initial of the year, we had a few flare ups. We know that we had all of this fire in California, and our people at this time need some grief counseling, they need some support. How can you speak to those people, Rachel?
Well, for one, the community has to get together. They have to support one another. Then they have to look to the government, to the federal government, to the state government, to the all the communities in the state to see how they can
Moving
uh,
around.
work together to build back the community, to
Yeah.
build back the state, to compensate the people who are, in a state of shock and then don't know what they will do, how they'll make out. They just need to come together from the church to the school to the all the different
Resources. Yeah.
organizations
Mhm.
get together and work out that situation.
Absolutely. Thank you for answering that in such an amazing way, because I know it was a loaded question. But what do you say, Rachel, to the mental health, the weight of the mental health that's taking place in our country right now?
Well, I mean, things are changing. There's a lot of changes. You have a lot of things going on. You have mentally, there is a lot going on. You have wars, and the wars, for instance, you have what is going on in Ukraine, what is going on in Israel and Palestine, and the country is all up into that.
Yeah.
They are into it, you know. You look at recently you had all the marches, and then on top of that you had elections, and and so everything just moving at a fast pace. More right now, it's very volatile because people don't know what they'll do. They're hearing on it, you have some news just come out like this, and they don't know how to take it, what to do. That's why they have to get together, get themselves together, get your thoughts together, and then act accordingly.
Yes, for sure. And I know I spoke about like how does it affect us? Like we were talking about that prior to me asking you these questions, but it's the effect that I'm worried about, the impact of the mental health that is taking place in around us. How do you recommend that we speak up and speak out if somebody's going through a very tumultuous struggle of mental health, mental illness? They know they're popping the pill, so to speak. They know that they're struggling with job addiction. They know that they're struggling. How do you want them to
Well,
speak
you
up
have
and
to give
speak out?
them, and you have to direct them to the where they can get the best help. If somebody having drug problem, you direct them to the programs. You know,
And where can we find these
well, programs they're
programs?
always they're always advertising. It comes up on the news. You can call up Google.
Crisis,
You can Google. I mean,
the crisis
it's all
hotline.
the crisis intervention and
Yeah,
stuff like that, and get to where the person definitely needs to be, and
yeah,
advise them to be there. Give them as much help as you can. They may need transportation, things like that. And then the other thing is people like that, they have other problems like they may not they may not be getting food as they should. Then food, shelter, all those things come into play, and
hundred
you have to
percent.
try to direct them in the right place where they can get the help that they need.
Yes, Absolutely, for sure. So I have a program also on Facebook, and we start like I start like 6 p.m. on Mondays, and
Uh,
because of this, I want to reach as many people globally, so to speak, and I want to reach the hearts of people who are really, really going through. And it speaks to the book that you have in your hand. She has a book, y'all. She has the book in her hand.
finding
Finding
joy
joy
in the
in
dirt.
the dirt. Finding joy in the dirt. How do you are what was there a time in your life when you, Rachel, was going through a rough season, a rough patch, and how did you got to where you are? How did you evolve from that?
Well, it comes from my experience, and I grew up with a sense of faith, prayer, nowhere to ask for help, and you know who to go to get the help, and you know what you have to do for yourself. Like
100%.
in prayer, I believe in prayer, and I
Looking at that because you're over the door. Looking at that too.
yeah, I say I believe in prayer,
Mm-hmm.
so I pray.
Yeah,
I'm not a prayer warrior as such,
you are.
but I do pray. I pray for guidance. I pray for acceptance and health and strength to do what God wants me to do.
Yes, yes. Um, Thank you. I'm going to delve a little bit deeper, and you can say less or you can say whatever you want to say. You can be as vulnerable as you want to. I know that I for myself, I've been through divorce. I've been through homelessness, and I've been through rejection. I've been through abandonment. I've been through deception. I've been to blackmail, just all of the above that you can think of. And I can have the ability. I had the ability to write that book. And I want someone who is going through or has gone through what I have been through to be able to speak out. What would you say to that person right now? Look into the camera, and you have two cameras. So look into the camera and say, give that person hope, give that person's encouragement to stay there and know that it's going to get better.
Well, hope springs eternal, and once you have a foundation, I know what poverty is, but I'll tell you one thing:
Yeah,
we were poor, but we were never hungry.
yeah.
Because here was the sea, here was the river,
There was
and
food in the back.
here was the plantation.
Plantation, yeah.
So you know how to get food. You know how to you get innovation. It's given to you. It's an instinctual thing. You
Yeah,
have the instinct to go out there and find food. So hunger was not a thing,
yeah,
but all the grand necessities of life,
yeah.
no, we didn't have that. But one thing we had,
Family.
and if you get encouragement from your parents, you
Yeah,
have a brain that God gives you, and you go out and you use it to the best of your ability. You have some ability. You see what people do. You form in your mind what you want to be. You want
yes,
to be somebody.
yes,
My thing was, I don't want to be at the end of the line. No way.
yes,
I'm going to be somebody. Whatever it is,
yeah,
I am going to be somebody. So you have
yes.
to have that innovation, if you want to call it.
That
You
is
have
it.
to have that to push you through,
Yeah.
and then it comes from your from your home. Whatever you get
Homegrown.
from home too. What you
Upbringing.
show, yeah, your
Mm,
upbringing has something to do with it too.
amazing.
It's you do,
Yeah.
and of course, everybody goes through some kind of problem. Everybody handle their problems differently. Some people speak out. Some people just like to observe and hold it down, and don't
Yeah.
do a whole lot of talking, but you know
Still
what you have at the
struggling.
back of your head to do.
Mm-hmm.
It made me remember a friend of mine. She lives in New York.
That's her.
They're fine now, but she used to complain. She would come. That is her. She's a teacher.
Yeah.
And she would complain. Her husband used to give her a hard time. And as a matter of fact, he told her he gonna leave her when the children they grow up. And let me tell a girl, you watch, he ain't going away. You when them children grow up, you're gonna see he right at the doggone house and it's sometimes. But different people handle their situations differently.
Yes, for sure.
Differently.
For sure. Rachel, I thank you so much. But before you go, Rachel, tell us a little bit about your childhood because y'all hear our accent. I'm Jamaican. Rachel is from Tobago.
Tobago.
Rachel
Trinidad and
is
Tobago.
from
I said
Trinidad.
Trinidad and Tobago because it's two
Yes,
islands, one
Rachel is
government.
from Trinidad and Tobago, and
The little
tell
island of
us, tell us a
Tobago.
little bit about your.
Tobago is a small island that you can navigate it in right around the island in one day if if you're really ambitious and everything. It's a loving place. People love the little island, and people they're not rich as such, but they have good hearts. Whatever they have, they'll share it with you. They'll share whatever they have with you. And as a child, you have godparents. Your parents call him the godfather is the compere, which is French, and the woman your godmother is a macumere, which is French also. Compere macumere. You know them things. And my as a you respect your godparents very well. And they look out for you in school. They want to know if you have your books, if you have your pencil, they want to know if you have your clothes ready, what you need for school, because they made that when you were christened and they made you and they became your godfather and godmother, they took it as a responsibility to see that you get the stuff you want to think.
To get in life.
Yeah, they were very nice.
I'm sitting here in a candid conversation with Rachel. And she has tell it all, y'all. Let me tell you something. Rachel is like a big sister to me, and we just and however we can meet each other once every 2 months, once every 3 months, we encourage each other. We let each other know that look, it's not the end of the road. You still have time to live. You need to live and enjoy what God has for you. I thank you all so much for listening today. Rachel, I am a single woman out here, and what advice you who have been married for years, and what advice do you have for us who are in our 50s and are single over there?
Well,
I can take you from here.
it depends on what you want. By now you should know what you're looking for.
Yes.
If you have your career, you know what you want. If you want to get married again, you know the kind of person you would want to get married to. If you want somebody who is a stimulator, who would stimulate your brain and worrying you to death, that's what you need. No, when you that you need people to stimulate you. Mentally.
Yeah.
You want to grow.
Yeah.
If you're not gonna be growing and want to be forcing and cussing and the person can't give nothing, want them for anything. You know what I mean? I remember this Dr. White, forget she was retiring, and what she said, she's retiring. What time she was retiring from being a doctor, she's going home, and she built this big house. She gonna have this great flower garden, and she gonna have this and that. And she said the only thing she want a man for is sex. She was crazy. But she was nice. She was a nice person.
Rachel is
the point
is,
because what she's saying is that she made enough money, she could take care of herself.
Yes.
That kind of thing. So she not really had to depend on anybody to give her money and them kind of thing. And that was the whole big thing at home. Because when the man was always the working one, the woman don't have a job, so you have to depend on them.
For sure.
And it wasn't a good situation.
Yep.
But
But yeah,
times
thank you. Yes, it
change.
does. Yes, it does. And one
Time
hand,
change
they
and
say one
people
hand can't
change.
clap, right?
And you
One
know
hand can't
something,
clap. You
people
have to
know
come together and make it work.
right.
Yeah.
People not think as a long time, and one thing with small village, small island, them little villages, everybody know everybody. Say you can't,
It was
you have to
totally
be
different.
straight because if you do anything, gonna be talking about you like
It
a
yes,
dog.
it was totally different then, but
Very
now you
different.
have this big
But now
old
people come
United
out of the
States
whole
of
world, they
America,
see.
and things are different.
I'm
And we have the
telling you.
Gen Z, and we have everybody operating together.
Plus, you see, they
And
come out and
we,
you learn. You
yes,
learn plenty
yes,
things.
yes,
You could.
nowadays. Let me tell you something. Nowadays, what happened is, uh, women are giving up. A lot of us are giving up. A lot of women are giving up themselves like too fast, too quick, and because of that, these men, they think that okay, I can just get a woman in one day. It's over. It's done. It's not like that. You have some of us who still have our uh, our morals in
Well,
check. Our parents taught us well, and we are not doing certain things. And so, for a single woman out there,
I
I
think too
advise you to check
sometimes though, I
everything before
think,
you move forward in a
yeah,
relationship.
sometimes though, I think people get the wrong impression. They talk about, I mean, that's why I say you have to know what you want. Because you all get some, let me know, I don't want to downgrade people, but you ain't got nothing, you ain't nothing, and you have to be, no, something wrong there. It's not, you have to know what you want. You really have
Yes.
to know what you want, where you're
Yeah.
going. Make good of yourself first. You okay, and you know that you're here. That's it. You want to talk? That's okay. You gonna figure me out? I'm gonna figure you out. That's all.
Yep. Thank you so much, Rachel, for stopping by today, or me stopping by to get this interview out the way and just to see you. I love you so much. And we finding joy in our dirt. Rachel, until I see you again,
Sure.
enjoy your book.
Just call it.
Enjoy your
Wait,
book.
this is
Finding
written
joy.
up in. You send me one. Send me one. I'm gonna send.
I will, definitely.
However much it is, I'm going because you have a lot of things in
You
this
see
book. Yeah,
her?
you know
You
that
hear her over
this
there?
stuff.
That is Rachel
Every
for you. I love you all so much for watching. This has been a candid conversation with Rachael Roberts. Miss Rachael Roberts, a retired nurse. She is one of the best. Please go watch us on YouTube. This is going to be posted on Instagram. This is going to be posted on Facebook. Go
Oh
and
my
watch the
God!
live on YouTube. The entire conversation will be on YouTube. I love you for watching. Have a blessed day. Peace. And when I say peace, you know what I mean. It's the peace of God, which surpasses
All
all understanding,
understanding.
will guard your heart through Jesus Christ. I love you. Have a blessed day. Oh, Miss Rachel. Let me close this one out as well. Hey guys, I know you you have we have been talking to Rachael Roberts, having a candid conversation with Rachael today. I know you're going to enjoy this conversation. I know because there's so much for us to learn and to garner from each other. There's so much. These older people, older than us, they have so much wisdom. They have so much knowledge, and we are not tapping into that. Rachel was a she was a she's a retired psychiatric nurse, and you know in these times we need people who know, because even though I have a degree in counseling, she knows so much more than me, because I've never like go in the hospitals. I've done chaplaincy in the hospital, but I've never like gone out there to do what she did. I saw her. I was a lieutenant then working in the hospital, but I saw her worked her life out taking care of clients, taking care of patients. So she has all of this plethora of experience. So today I just tapped into her psych, and like how she was working on the psych, so today I tapped into her psych and got some of those, conversations and great ideas how to move forward and how to let our people know that you're not alone. You're not alone. And don't forget the crisis hotline number. It's 988. Call it like anytime. They have like 24-hour service. You can call them and someone will definitely answer you, talk with you, support you, or just being present for you. I love you all so much for watching and have yourself an amazing day. Thank you. Peace. And when I say peace, I'm talking about the peace of God, which surpasses all understanding, will guard your heart through Jesus Christ. I love you and have a blessed day. Bye bye. My name is Phoebe. Have a great evening.
Joy is on. You can listen to Joy a little bit.